Heck yeah, DC fandom was awesome. Yeah, I gotta agree with Lego Batman here. DC fandom weekend was awesome. What's up, guys? Timzster here. I'm back to talk about something in the pop culture spectrum. Basically, it was DC fandom weekend last October 16 in the US. Well, for us, it was in the wee hours of the morning of October 17. And there was a lot to take in. We got all kinds of DC news from movies to comics to games. Of course, the films we're looking forward to next year, 2022 and even 2023. We get a Black Adam movie with The Rock and Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. We get a sequel to Shazam with Shazam Fury of the Gods. We get a sequel to Aquaman. We also get a Flash movie with Michael Keaton back as his version of Batman, and Ezra Miller will meet that version. And, of course, Robert Pattinson and his version of Batman in Matt Reeves' The Batman. We got a second trailer, thanks to DC fandom. 4 hours straight of DC information and news, and so much to take in. And we're going to be talking about that in this episode. A little bit of a shout out also to this game, Batman Arkham City. Turns 10 years as of today, October 18. Wow, I can't believe it's been a full decade since I played this game in the PlayStation 3, and it got subsequent releases. Return to Arkham for the PS4, which you can also play in next gen systems. Uh, wow. 10 years of this game. This is actually my favorite entry in the Batman Arkham series by Rocksteady Studios. And that was another game they showed off in DC fandom. Rocksteady Studios' next project is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and we only saw a new cinematic trailer, no gameplay yet. We'll just have to wait and see what they're gonna do with that game. But anyway, let's go start this DC Fandom Fest Unwind episode and discuss my reactions regarding the trailers and the stuff we've seen in that 4 hour event. Alright, so DC Fandom, overall, it was a straightforward showcase, a digital event, just giving the latest announcements and news for DC fans to take in. And, well, unlike last year where you could pick out your own schedule and attend the different panels, this one was just a 4 hour digital event. Straightforward. And that has its pros and cons. I mean, other people, of course, would just want to get to the nitty and gritty or their favorite topics, but not this time. And I guess it comes with the territory because they want to see a lot of viewers for this and attendance. So that's understandable. But at the same time, it felt less of a digital convention and just something to watch and await the trailers. That's what most of us did. Unfortunately, being from a different time zone, that's in the wee hours of the morning, so I really had to stay awake for this. Not that it's bad. I mean, I still enjoyed it. I was excited to see The Rock as Black Adam. We got our first look there. And then The Flash, of course. We got our first look. And here, Michael Keaton back as Batman. Wow. I'll discuss that more later. And, of course, the Batman trailer, which was the bookend of this entire presentation. Starting things off first with Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Black Adam. Yep, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. That's his opening statement. And yes, this is a spin off from the events of Shazam, where the first champion and the wielder of the power of Shazam makes his appearance in the DC Extended Universe. Yes, it looks awesome. Just looking at that first footage of The Rock kicking ass, not taking any names. Yeah, Black Adam. If you know your DC comics, he's a total badass. He has his own set of principles and morals, and he doesn't hesitate to do what's necessary. Also, we got to see a little bit of Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Well, we still need to see a proper trailer for this movie, but overall, I'm convinced. I can't wait to see this next year. And it's The Rock. Of course, he's gonna deliver. He looks badass already. He doesn't need any CG effects just to show that body he's worked so hard to get. And of course, you know The Rock's dedication. And his motto, of course. The Rock says. I can't wait for him as Black Adam coming at the end of next year. Oh yeah. Of course, we have to talk about Jason Momoa's return as Arthur Curry, Aquaman in James Wan's Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. We got a nice behind the scenes video footage reel showing everybody hard at work in producing and shooting the movie, which is still currently filming. And of course, we're going to see the return of Orm, Ocean Master, Mera, and the rest of the cast as Aquaman leads the entire assembly on a new adventure, which we know very little about the details, but hopefully they'll flesh out soon and we'll see a trailer somewhere down the line. They're still filming, so it's understandable. But we did get to see a couple of new stuff like this stealth costume that Arthur Curry will be wearing in this movie. He'll still have that gold and green classic outfit that we all know and love. But now we're gonna see some new stuff in this sequel to 2018's Aquaman. Okay. The Flash movie by It director Andy Muschietti. What more can I say? You just look at this picture here from the first look footage. We have two Barry Allens, one from the present and one from the future, or whatever they're gonna do there. And Supergirl is gonna be introduced in the DC Extended Universe. And of course, Michael Keaton back as Batman 1989. Aside from Ben Affleck also reprising his role as Batman. Wow, that's going to be exciting. For those of you who read DC Comics like I do, if you know the story of Flashpoint, Barry Allen travels back in time, undoes the murder of his mom, and screws the timeline, basically. But in this version, instead of Thomas Wayne as Batman, we're going to get Batman from 1989, who's still Bruce Wayne. We know very little about the plot of this, but still, that was a first look trailer indeed. Can't wait for more. They're still filming. In fact, actually, Andy Muschietti posted in his Instagram that filming just concluded. So probably soon, or maybe in the next couple of months, we'll get an actual trailer. But so far, so good. Good to see and hear Keaton's voice as Batman, even though it was just a silhouette of his Batman cowl and the 1989 Batmobile being covered, and then Ezra Miller as Barry Allen was excited to pull the sheets off and reveal it, but that was cut. The footage was cut after that. Anyway, do watch the first look teaser of The Flash. It's online right now, so can't miss it. Of course, Shazam, or Shazam Fury of the Gods, the sequel to 2019's Shazam. Yes, Zachary Levi is returning as Billy Batson's alter ego, and with his Shazam family in tow as they face new threats in the form of Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. Wow. We still know little about the plot, but we got some behind the scenes footage just like Aquaman and Black Adam. Speaking of Black Adam, we'll know for sure whether or not we're gonna get the inevitable crossover after all of this, but Black Adam will still get a solo flick before he encounters the Shazam family. Still, wow, so much DC stuff to take in. Very exciting. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We still have one more film that had its full second trailer to talk about. That's next. Of course, saving the best for last to talk about The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves and starring Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, Batman on his second year as a vigilante, fighting crime in the streets of Gotham and facing new threats. This time there's going to be more emphasis on his detective skills. It'll be darker, grimmer, having that film noir aspect, of course, taking a cue from the Nolan films, but it's more edgy. Actually, you can see it from the tone of the trailers. And as a reader of Batman comics, if you've read Batman Earth 1 by Geoff Johns and Gary Frank, this takes its cue from that, with the Riddler as the main villain, acting more Jigsaw killer-like. He systematically takes out his victims, leaves clues for the police to ponder their heads over and Batman to solve. That's what they did in Volume 2 of Batman Earth 1. And in many ways also because it involves the Wayne family for some mysterious reason being exposed. Batman the Telltale Games series. Wow. That choose your own adventure style of game uh, gave a very different interpretation of Bruce Wayne and Batman's origins. So they probably incorporated that into the Batman, which I'm excited for. It's a very different type of Batman. And though there may be those who are skeptical of Robert Pattinson's acting chops, watch The Lighthouse or watch Tenet by Christopher Nolan, the director of the Dark Knight trilogy, cast Robert Pattinson there. Pattinson can do it, and this trailer just proved it. And we also have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Selena Kyle, beautiful. She looks beautiful. And Andy Serkis, Gollum. He's gonna be Alfred here. Uh, James Gordon will be played by Jeffrey Wright. You know him from Daniel Craig's James Bond movies, and he voiced the Watcher in What If, and he also voiced Batman actually in Batman: The Audio Adventures, which you can check out the first couple of episodes in YouTube. Anyway, this is a star-studded cast and a very unrecognizable Colin Farrell as the Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot. In the trailer, he's chased by Batman in this muscle car-looking Batmobile, and it takes him down. Okay, the bat suit, of course, looks very different, but well, with every film version of Batman being put out there, I expect nothing less. And I really like those red tones and edgy marketing style promotions they're doing for this interpretation of the Caped Crusader. Nirvana's Something in the Way being remixed in the trailers. Wow. I'm excited for the Batman. Coming on March 2022 in the US, and well, hopefully it'll be the same internationally as soon as we get back and things are safer to watch in theaters. We'll just have to wait and see. But overall, I really enjoyed this trailer. And even though I had to stay through the entire duration of DC fandom to see it, I don't regret it one bit. I'm a Batman fan. I gotta wait for that. And you can watch the trailer right now over at YouTube. So can't wait for the Batman. So overall, I enjoyed DC fandom weekend. Even though, yeah, it was a straightforward presentation that I had to stay up from start to finish just to see all of the exciting announcements. I enjoyed it. Especially the Batman trailer number 2, which I'll put a link down in the description box below. My reactions thus far, just seeing it, more badassery, more exciting teases. We see how dark, grim, and obsessive Robert Pattinson's Batman will be in this movie. He's younger, he's still learning the ropes, even though he's fought crime for 2 years. So this will also be a very interesting Batsuit to cosplay if I should ever get around to doing it. Wow, just too many versions of Batman out there, but that's what I love about the character. He's iconic and he transcends being just one version. There are many versions of Batman out there, even in the comics right now. Aside from Bruce Wayne, I mean, of course, we had Dick Grayson, we had John Paul Valley, and now added to the list, Jace Fox, one of the sons of Lucius Fox, is the star of the new series I Am Batman, and in the Future State timeline. Bruce is still there, but another person has donned the cape and cowl to protect Gotham. So, yeah, a lot happening in DC Comics and in the DC Universe in general. So, wow, Batman. 2011. I played this game, and it's 10 years since that time. Batman Arkham City. Then now we come to this with the Batman. Alright guys, thanks for watching this DC Fandom reaction special. Please do subscribe and follow this channel if you haven't yet for more pop culture news and reviews and stuff that I'll be talking about in the future. I also review Marvel Legends figures, DC Multiverse figures. Yes, there are even DC Multiverse figures of the Batman that have been announced by McFarlane Toys, and I can't wait to get my hands on those and eventually review them. I'll be back. Thanks for watching. And it's almost Halloween season, so whatever costumes you choose for spooky, spoopy season, I hope you have a good one. Just stay safe and keep on wearing your masks, the right kind of masks, as we still deal with these trying times. So I'll see you next time.